Chapter 15, The Unbreakable Vow. Christmas time was coming up, and they were getting ready for, Slughorn's party, and obviously Christmas break, those things. Harry had continuously been dodging the girls. They seemed to be crowding around mistletoes as he went through the hallways, and he had to use like the back alleyways that he knew just from going around Hogwarts throughout the years just to get to class and stuff. Ron found it funny, on the other hand, that he was getting all this attention. He was still enamored with Lavender Brown, his new girl, and Ron and Hermione were not talking to each other at all, pretty much. They were just, yeah. So Harry felt like that time again when they had that little spout before in the past. So yeah, so Ron is just like, Hermione can't be mad that I'm doing all these things. He said, basically Ron said I'm a free agent, and Hermione shouldn't be mad that I'm out here being a free agent, because she was out there with Crumb, and Ron's still mad about that part, and even though he won't admit it, and then so basically Ron's like, I'm not. She can't be mad at me. Harry in the middle, he's just like Harry's not saying anything. He was meeting with Hermione in the library while she was working, and they were just talking about his situation. Hermione's like, I don't care about what Ron's doing, even though she definitely did care. And it was just getting worse between them. And as time went on, wasn't getting any better. And Harry was just the middleman trying to be a good friend. But Hermione didn't let Harry know that he should be worried about the party because a bunch of girls were plotting to give him a love potion, and they were just trying to devise how to give him the love potion, and especially one Romilda Vane. She was the one especially wanted to give Harry the love potion, and Hermione just let Harry know, don't take anything that she's giving you. And right away when they got back out of the library, when the librarian tried to snatch Harry's book because it was had notes all over it, but so they left kind of hastily. And right there was Romilda, right at the Gryffindor Hall entrance, handing Harry a drink right away, and she handed him a bunch of chocolates and all that stuff, and says, "You should try those." And then Hermione looked at Harry, and Harry was like, "Okay, yeah." And then they went into how all these girls were sneaking stuff in, and Harry was like, so if these people can sneak stuff in, and then Harry goes back to Malfoy and was like, so Malfoy could probably sneak something in too. And then Hermione's like, no, stop it. But they've been sneaking stuff in because Fred and George have disguised their love potions as like perfumes and stuff so they can get into Hogwarts. And Filch is being um, um, Filch is being bamboozled basically. And Hermione also mentions that Harry should take somebody to Slughorn's party just to make everyone not like be too keen to come up to him. If he came up alone, it would be very hard for him to stay away from all the girls trying to get to him. So he thought about that, and then he's like, I have no one to invite. He thought about Ginny, but he's like, yeah, Ginny's taken, so that's not an option. And then so he was thinking about that, and as time went on, he did eventually ask Luna, because he saw Luna in the hall, because he had to chase after Hermione when Ron made fun of her in class, and she got close to tears, ran off, and then Luna was there. So Harry asked Luna. He didn't even like think to ask her, but he just asked her. It just came out of his mouth, and Luna was very excited. She said yes. So as friends, Harry, she was happy about that too. And so he's told to meet her later. And when they got back to Gryffindor before the dance, Lavender was all over, Ron and was it Pravati? Like her parents wanted her to leave Hogwarts, but then she's back. Um, and then she and Hermione were just talking, and Hermione let her know that she's taking the one kid, McMillan, something like that, the one that did not get in the Quidditch team as the keeper instead of Ron. And Hermione did hex him so that he would do more poorly than he was supposed to. So probably should have been on the team, but Hermione stepped in. But she's taking him to the dance, and then she was trying to act extra loud when she was talking about this, while Ron didn't react to it, but she was just trying to act extra loud. And then so they get to the dance, and a lot of girls at the entrance waiting for Harry, and then they see Harry get Luna, and then they all kind of disperse. So then Harry goes in, Slughorn grabs him immediately, takes him around to meet some people. One interesting person that they did meet was an author of a book, and this author wrote a book about vampires, and also seemed to have a vampire that he brought to the party as well. And didn't say he was a vampire, but he definitely looked like and acted like a vampire. Um, and then as they were talking, Harry ran to Hermione, and she looked very disheveled, trying to run away from her date. And he was running around looking for her, so she was just in and out talking, and then she was out running away from him. And Filch brought in Malfoy into the party. He was not invited, but he was roaming the halls and basically wanted Malfoy to get in trouble. And so Snape was also there as well. And Snape took Malfoy off, and then Harry went to go follow them with his invisibility cloak and heard the conversation. Basically, he was just telling Malfoy, and they went to Snape's office, and he was really just telling Malfoy to be careful, that you're being reckless and that you need to be careful. And Malfoy is really being reckless, and it's like the Dark Lord basically has given me this task, and Malfoy doesn't want to mess up, and he's of great importance, but he won't tell Snape what exactly he's gonna have to do. But Snape is literally saying, "I can help you. Like, I'm here. I can help you. Do what you need to do. You can't be relying on Crabbe and Goyle, of all people." And Malfoy is like, "I have other people other than Crabbe and Goyle helping me out," and basically just going back and forth. And Harry's hearing the whole conversation outside the door in his invisibility cloak, and then basically says, Snape is like, "We made an unbreakable vow with your mom for me to protect you." And Snape also did mention that Bellatrix was teaching Malfoy occlumency as well, because Snape was trying to read his emotions, and he wasn't getting anything. And then Malfoy stormed out just in time. Harry was able to move out the way of the door, and Snape went off after him back to the party. Malfoy went back to his room, and Harry was just left there trying to put together all that he just heard. And then Luna also said something interesting, that the current new minister of magic is a vampire. Possibly.